Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about PSYTRANCE basslines in FL Studio. We're going to go ahead and we're going to open Vital. And I'll link these presets down in the description on my Patreon for free. We're going to go to bass. And typically in PSYTRANCE, you do want to layer your basslines. So we're just going to like test some out. Just so you guys can see. I'm not gonna get all technical because honestly, I really don't know the technical terms, but I'm just gonna show you how to make them. All right. So typically in PSYTRANCE, it's like a 3 per. It's like what you have 3 per quarter, whatever, and you have about. This is how a bar should look. Sometimes you could do this. It depends on your kick, but we're just gonna go ahead and right here, as you can see, I am just putting that. I'm gonna go ahead and open this, and I'm just gonna find a kick. I like that one. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna place that right there. I'm just gonna zoom in, make sure it's all matched up. And you're gonna want also to make this 140 BPM. PSYTRANCE ranges from like 130, 160. It really depends on how you're going about it. And this is how it would sound so far. Oh, oops, I forgot to put the kicks. 4 on the floor. Just like techno and house. I don't like that kick too much. Put my headphones on so I can hear it better. Okay, that sounds pretty good actually. So let's layer our bass a little bit. So I'm gonna just put open span. We're gonna go ahead and put span on, or actually maybe just an EQ too, just the parametric EQ too, 3D parametric EQ. Let's see how the bass is. So we can see it's not too much in the sub, but let's also check the kick. We're also gonna put a 3D parametric EQ. Okay, so the kick is kind of making up for that sub, so let's just like tweak that a little bit. And I'm not a mixer, I just fill in the gaps. Okay, but you can see that the bass isn't really that loud. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna open up Vital again, and we're gonna find a more like another bass to just fill in the gaps. So once again, this is the bass. You can find the sweet spot. This is like more in the mid ranges. So let's make this bass more of like our mid bass. And then we're gonna go back to bass. And let's go ahead and find another one. Make a new pattern right here. Bass 2. And then put it to channel mixer router 3. And just click on that just so I have it open. Because Vital is weird. You can only like test. You can't test directly inside of the VST. So let's just like. Okay, I kind of like that. So we can kind of make this one just lower. So it sounds like that. Let me show you guys what I'm doing. Okay. So same basic pattern, it'll sound like this. And then the basses will sound like this together. Now without that, it sounds like this. So you can see that it kind of has some more sub in it. And then with the kick, let's just make this all right. Sounds better, but let's also open our parametric EQ on the router 2, which is our kick. Let's like make that even again. And actually, let's kind of lower the sub on the kick because it's a little overpowering. And maybe a little bit of, I think we should probably do like high mids, lower that. Okay, that's good. And then on channel number 3, which is our sub bass, we're going to also add a 3D parametric EQ too. And we're just gonna see how that's looking right now. So you can see that the sub compared to the first bass, let's like put them side by side. I'll close this one. Oops, I mean close. And let's put them side by side, and I just want you guys to see how they're performing together. So this one is our mid bass, this is our sub bass. So let's see how they're like filling each other. Okay, so since I made the mids on the mid bass channel rack number one, like the router number one, it doesn't have as much sub, that's just how the preset is. And then for number 3, you can see if you look right here that there's more sub in it. So it's filling in the gaps. So let me just put actually a fruity limiter. Where is the limiter? On this. Okay, fruity limiter. Just so it doesn't sound too much. And then I'm gonna go to span. This is span, it just shows you everything. So you can see like for our bass and kick, we kind of have like the sub to low mid ranges. Like we have them pretty filled out, so they're good. Okay, and obviously like with the bass pattern, like you guys can change this up. If you want to make it like that, or like, well, that's not in key, but like that sounds pretty cool too. So like let's just make it like that for the purpose of this song. So delete these, select this again and bring it back lower, because remember this is our sub bass, so it's just gonna be on a lower scale. Sounding a little bit kind of like techno-y, like Marie Vaughn. Love her vibe. And honestly, let's just add some drums. Let's make this like a full thing. Okay. Let's go to this drum kit. Let's add, find a hat, a closed hat. I don't really like those. Typically with PSYTRANCE, you kind of want like crispy, punchy sounding drums. Like it's sort of like techno, but PSYTRANCE is what? More of like getting into elements that are psychedelic a little bit. I think that's what you'd say, right? So let's just hear how this sounds by itself. No. Okay, we can do that. But we're probably going to change this sound also, actually. It's not fitting in with the vibe. Alright. I kind of want like one that's a little more hitting. Is this the same one I have? No. Actually, maybe I'll keep this one. Let's see. Okay, let's just hear how it sounds for now. It's not bad. Once we add an open hat, it'll make a little bit more sense. So let's just create a new pattern right here, and then we're gonna find an open hat. God damn, this is okay. Let's use another kit and find a different hat. Okay, that's probably just the better samples. All right, so then this is gonna be it's still like right here like that, and don't forget to change your velocity back. So, and let's just Control B this. All right, and this is all sound. And usually like for PSYTRANCE, you can use a snare, you can use a clap. It doesn't really matter. It depends. Okay, I forgot to talk. It depends on what like sound you're going for. I use snares, I use claps. It really depends on like the samples that I find, like the doesn't fit. I like that a lot. I've never heard that one actually. All right, let's see how this is gonna sound. We might have to tweak it a little bit in parametric EQ, but this is where your snares will go. Okay, and I kind of like, I usually add one more towards the end right here, and I lower the velocity just because I like the way it sounds. So let's hear how that sounds. Okay, so that's like, I mean, even in PSYTRANCE, like basically this could be the start of your song. It doesn't have to be like some weird shit that's going on also. And but you could just like do this like after that. You are gonna kind of need a melody. You are gonna need a melody. So let's find a melody. For Psy, you kind of want to use ARPs as much as you want to. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna open Serum for this. ARPs are great in this, or sequences, whatever you want to call them. Okay, I like that. And you're gonna want to use sounds that are more in like their alpha waves. If you look up anything about PSYTRANCE, it's like it's communicating with aliens, and there's like certain hertz and frequencies that do that. I'm not gonna key it because I kind of know what's an alpha wave in a way. It's just like, it sounds like you can hear the sound and you'll be like, that's like an alien sounding sound. And there you go. That's PSYTRANCE. It's by your own ear, you know. I like that. Let's lower the decibels and just add that. And let's also go back into that Serum preset right here, and we're gonna just do this real quick and go to tools, and I don't know why it's not showing up, but you're gonna go down and it's gonna say last tweaked and then create automation clip, and then there you go, you have an automation clip. And then we're just gonna make it like this so that it okay, and then we're gonna keep on going and add another drop right there. And you know what? Let's take out all of this just for our intro, right? Just for our intro. So this is our build up intro, and then this is our drop. So let's hear how it sounds right now. Okay, I think I did it the opposite, so let's make sure that this is like this instead. Ooh, that's off. That's pretty fucking off. Okay, let's hear if it's... Let's see if there's any detune on this. There is detune. Okay. That sounds a little better, but I think we should just use a different... Okay, that's fine. Let's just use that. And now we're gonna wanna do the opposite of what we did and change that automation set up. Okay, so that's exactly what we want. Let me just show you again how to layer your drums, and for the sake of this I'm just going to name all of these patterns. So that's our mid bass, and then we have our sub bass, and then pattern 3 is our hi-hats, and then pattern 4 is our open hats. 5 is our snare, and then 6 is our harp sequence. All right, so let's put the open hats here, snare here. And then our subs all the way down, our mids all the way down, our kicks all the way down, and you can get creative with it. So for example, I'll show you something in a second. Okay, open hat, snare, melody. Okay. And let's add an open hat right here and snare right here also, just so like it's a little bit of a drop. And then you can go, and I like zoom in on this, but so we have our deep kick right here before the end of the 16th bar, right here. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, let's just like make this like this, and then we're gonna do 3 little kicks. So it sounds like this instead. So like this. And what we can do is also take out the basses right here when that happens, just so it's like more of a punch, you know. And don't forget, drag this out. Okay, let's hear how it sounds. You can even take out the snare and the clap and the melody itself. It depends on what you're going for sure. But let's see how that sounds. Okay, I like how that's going so far. Okay. And our snare and hats are pretty like low. Like you can't really hear them. It's kind of muddy in the mix. So let's go to channel number 6, which is our snare, and open up Fruity Parametric EQ 2. And we're just gonna play this and see where it sounds like more of a snare-y hit, you know. So we heard it more in the high mids section, so let's hear it. Right there. Okay, so that's pretty good for our snare. And then let's go to our open hat. So that's channel number 5, and also, I can't speak, Fruity Parametric EQ 2. Let's hear how that sounds. Usually hats are treble, and this like helps if you're a DJ. Like this is just helping you when you are changing the knobs and everything, like your trebles, your mids, your basses. You're basically like mixing is truly what you want, how you want it to sound, like your song. It's like your own creative space, you know. So if you don't want to make it treble, don't make it treble. It's completely up to you. It's like right there. I don't know too much about like the hertz, like put it between this and this, but I just do what sounds right to me, and that works. I've been producing for what, 6 years now, and I just do what feels right, and that's sometimes all you gotta do. There's not too much technical terms, but you can have your own technical terms if that's how you like it. Depends. All right, let's see this. So just a little bit of treble in there, because treble is, if you ever hear music live and your ears hurt, that means there's too much treble. Like you're just like like that, you know, your ears bothering you. Sub is like what's like the dun dun, and then the mids is like the punchiest part. So all right, let's add a second snare right here in the intro because it sounds kind of lame right now. It's boring. So let's go snares. I like using trap snares for when my buildups. Let's see if I have one. I probably have one recently. Okay, I like this one. Old school snare. Okay, and then we're just gonna make a buildup right here because, I mean, this is how our song starts. We're gonna add some pads and stuff too. But like, okay, so let's change this to right here. And let's create a buildup. Okay, let's tweak that and let's raise the velocity. So let's just play it, okay? Okay. And typically you kind of want to put the pitch up. I like doing it starting right here. Just sounds like that. And then you're going to want to add some like effects right here to make that like, you know, like this is my favorite effect. Let me go find it. It's in Serum. Just to like tie it all together because, I mean, it sounds empty. So like with techno, with tech house, with literally anything, you're just gonna want, like, layering is so important without making it sound like too much, you know? Honestly, we could probably use that. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, let's hear it. I like it, but it doesn't fit. Maybe that works, so we definitely have to put like a crash for that one. Okay. Let's just tweak that, lower the decibels. You also have to lower the sound, the decibelage, whatever it's called, on the Serum, on the FX. And really, props to these guys that made these presets. I wish I could make presets, but okay. Okay, let's lower our ARP just a little bit because it's overpowering and you want to hear and feel the bass more than anything. Like, so let's, because inside, like, it's so punchy that's what gives it the sigh element. Alright, I think it sounds pretty good. Let's just add some noises. I like noises. It's my favorite part. Okay. This is Blipper. Okay, let's hear how it sounds. And let's just, like, I like making like little effects thing, like, Okay, well that sucks. Okay, we'll hear a little bit better now. Let's do that. Okay. Ooh, that immediately I just like snapped back. I'm like, damn, okay. Okay, that's like the same exact sound. That's crazy. I like it, but it doesn't fit. And it's not like there's a recipe for it. It just doesn't fit. And I'm speaking in a manner where if I was watching a tutorial, I'd want them to be like, why are you adding this? Why doesn't it fit? You know, like is this happening? Because if I just tell you, oh, find a bass, like find a sound, you're just gonna be like, okay, like I can just use like a triangle sound and that's it. But no. I think these are also keyed. Like these sounds, okay. Can barely hear it. Let's hear how it sounds without that. Okay, cute. It's kind of like a little baby snare. I like it. Do you hear that? Like, twisted and psychedelic sounds. These sounds go crazy though. That's crazy. I love that. Okay, we're adding this right here. Damn, does it not fit, bro? That does not fit. That sucks, bro. Okay, that would probably work. See, I think maybe lower sounds like are not working, but higher pitched. Yeah, higher pitched sounds are working more with this project. I don't know why, but damn, what is that? Okay, I love that sound. That sound, I always hear it in some songs actually. So we're gonna find like where it's like the third, that's usually where open heads go, and we just add it to like the first one. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. It's like right there, first. Okay, and I think that's gonna be pretty much it for today's tutorial. I'll check these out and I'll link them below, and I'll give you guys the presets for the bass. And if you guys have any questions or you want me to go more into depth about something, I'd totally be glad to do that. Maybe if it's not too technical, but yeah. Thanks for watching. If you got this far, you're awesome. And stay tuned for the next PSYTRANCE tutorial. And please let me know if you guys want something specific so that I can do it.